Greetings, everyone. Today I am I am reading through at least a decent chunk of a creepypasta called Happy Appy. Uh, because I've never read it. I've heard some things, and I wanted to read it blind to everyone. Okay, this I know, I know the thing that I feel like most people know about this is that it incites the 9/11 terrorist attacks. That's always very, tasteful. Okay, I need to just read this. There's I made a what do you call those, a screensaver, just to keep the toddlers entertained. So there you go. Okay, the I like the first image here. It's like a photo of Happy at the playground, and it's like a picture of a playground in the background, but it's the exact same freaking image as this. Like the apple doesn't change his pose. The apple doesn't change the position he's in with a little pose. This guy made like one image, and like I kind of get it, but like, dude. Okay, the following are entries of a blog that was constantly updated. The blog seems to talk about a show called Happy Appy. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's like, this is just like from the fandom page, but like, I like the seems to, like God, that's gonna drive me crazy. But seems to, what are you not sure? Okay, February 23rd, 2011. February 23rd is my birthday, so we're off to a freaking amazing start. Hello, period. I will be writing on this blog because I am researching a show called Happy Appy. One of the main reasons why I'm researching this show is because I've been fascinated with missing TV shows, episodes, and movies. Like most people who research missing episodes, okay, I'm hell-bent on finding London After Midnight. Bad news about that. That's probably not happening. The 108 missing Doctor Who episodes. Sorry, just like that. Not even funny. Not even like funny because there's anything wrong with trying to find those things. It's just like funny. It's like I'm obsessed with trying to find all 108 episodes of Doctor Who. Or the missing ones, anyway. And him, the 1974 film where a man has a sexual obsession with Jesus. One of these things is not like the other. Even though I should help the search for any fragment of the missing episodes in films, I'm going to research this one series for now. I mean, okay. Fair enough. Another reason I want to research this show is because I had an experience with it around 2001. It was around 8 in the morning. My younger brother, who was 7, was watching a local station during its child TV show block. After a dubbed over Blue's Clues... Wait, what? Are there dubs for Blue's Clues? Is this like Russian? Because it says like Russian text. It started to air a show called, I can't read Russian, or Happy Appy. Okay, so it's Happy Appy. Yeah, okay, I guess there are foreign dubs for Blue's Clues. Somehow I never really thought about that. I mean, there's foreign dubs for other things, but I don't know. I can barely remember the episode's plot, but it was about this apple who was trying to help a kid named Nathaniel. It felt sort of low budget, but since my brother liked the episode, I didn't mind him watching it. The only thing that made me dubious. What? What? Maybe that is how you use dubious, but what? Who the frick? The only thing that made me dubious was this evil smile that the apple did in the middle of the episode. Man, this must have been a really subtle, slow burn of a kid's show. How creepy. It was just in the middle, it was just yeah. Yeah, farts. From what I gathered, in the first weeks of Noggin's existence... Oh man, I freaking remember Noggin, I swear to God, man. I loved Noggin. I watched Noggin. Noggin was Noggin to me. God, I'm very tired. In the first weeks of Noggin's existence, this Happy Appy show began production. Its plot was about a giant clay apple with arms, baby blue eyes, and large dark green lips being held up by a bent rusty stick. Okay, what kind of stick? Like, what kind of stick we talking? We talking metal stick? I mean, would you call something a stick of metal? Because, like, wood doesn't rust. And neither does, like, the popsicle stick it looks like this guy's on. We'll see a baby blue eyes that stare into your freaking soul. He would go around in a... he would go around in a white 1996 Ford Windstar, helping children when they got injured. That is so specific. Look, a Happy Appy rocking his 1996 Ford Windstar. I've never heard of that. What the frick is a Windstar? I mean, I know I'm just being stupid here, but that's just like, what? Not like, not like other kids shows where he'd be like, oh, this is the Appy Mobile, or like, I don't know, maybe he would drive around in a big car that looks like an apple slice. No, it's just like I pull up in my freaking car. As the show kept going, the episodes started to become more unusual. For one example, farts kept happening. For one example, Happy Appy would often stare at the viewers of the show with a deranged smile. Man, this is... I'm really getting myself into this, aren't I? It's also worth mentioning that the series slowly got more violent as the series progressed. Happy Appy was one of the shorter shows on Noggin, with every episode being 10 minutes long at the most. I never understand how something like this, like, I know lots of creepypastas have their own explanation, but with this was like one of the first shows on Noggin. Like, who approached them with like S&P won't let you do freaking anything. Standards and practices, like, will strangle you that, like, for, like, making any kind of joke, really. Like, just look at the freaking, like, Alex Hirsch stuff. Like, I do not believe that, like, anything like this could ever get passed. Like, I mean, like, maybe, but not really. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they weren't in full swing at the time. I don't know why I'm trying to rationalize this. I'm gonna have to cut soon, because Bandicam only lets you record for 10 minutes at a time. What is it? They played in duets, making each full episode 20 minutes long, minus commercials. I don't know if you'd refer to that as a duet. It's not music. A couple of months after Happy Appy aired its first episode, Nickelodeon canceled the show. Oh. It was never shown again on Noggin or Nick Jr. Even the much more appropriate episodes weren't shown for whatever reason. Also, wait. After it aired its first episode, it was canceled. So that, like, again. Okay. I'm just like, how do you know that it gets violent if there's only one available episode? I mean, I keep trying to, like, anticipate what's gonna happen. I need to stop. Sorry. Okay. Even the much more appropriate episodes weren't shown for whatever reason. However, some parents did record the show, but they were VHS copies. I mean, yeah. Is there something wrong with that? Like, what? What? Okay, sorry. Sorry, you guys accidentally missed a fart noise. Of those said VHS copies, only a few survived through the years. Many of the tapes had been destroyed either due to neglect or disgust, or were simply misplaced and thrown out by accident. Yeah. Lost media do be like that. It's just like, oops, sorry, I had the last copy of this movie, but I kind of spilled mustard on it. However, some copies of the show were reportedly stolen by a shadowy figure. Oh, that's the other thing I know about this show, or about this creepypasta. Apparently there's some kind of, like, shadow man with, like, a gas mask or something. I was one of the lucky people to own a copy of the episode. Yesterday, when I did some winter cleaning, Is that a thing people do? There's spring cleaning, but winter cleaning? I mean, maybe. I don't know. I found an old DVD with Happy Appy episodes written on it. It says HA episodes, but... Man, dang it, I wish I could think of another show with HA off the top of my head, but yeah. I had a feeling that I knew this abbreviation from somewhere. I did some research on what HA meant. My first choice was the forum about missing episodes / films that I normally go to. I mean, what is it? When I entered the missing episodes section of the forum, the first thread I saw was one named, HA, what's this? How was that the first thread you saw? Just by coincidence. A woman posted the thread who had, like me, found a VHS with the initials HA on it. Is this gonna be he's like leaving it around or something stupid? He's like, oh, I'm gonna scatter the breadcrumbs. This is okay. As I read the thread more, I found out the initials on the disc stood for Happy Appy. This instantly reminded me of the weird low-budget show that I had watched with my brother in 2000. In the replies, the user claimed there were no known DVD copies around. I'm not sure how the disc got there, though. I certainly don't remember owning a disc that looked like it. After reviewing the thread, I went ahead and put it into the disk drive. He put the thread into the disk drive, cool. Hoping that it would work. Thankfully, the disc did work, and it instantly cut to the intros of the episodes, no menu or anything. Happy Appy's intro song had the same tune as Mary Had a Little Lamb and went something like this. So I know I'm obligated to sing this. Oh, I know how to sing. Okay, this is stupid. Oh, sorry, I'm cracking up because I have to do this. I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Happy Appy, Appy App, Happy Appy. Wait, no. Oh, okay. Happy Appy, Appy App, Happy App, Happy App, Happy Appy, Appy App. He helps kids all day. Doesn't really line up. Oh, sorry. Okay. Happy App, Appy, Appy App, Happy App, Appy App, Happy Appy, Appy App. He helps kids all day. Okay, it's just... I'm not reading anymore. It's just the same thing like 3 times. Episode 1 and 2 were called Happy's Vacation and Hurt Happy, respectively. God, I can't freaking read. I guarantee Hurt Happy is going to mean he likes hurting children or something stupid. Happy's Vacation was exactly what you'd expect. I'm not expecting much, man. Happy Appy goes on a vacation to the beach, heals injured kids, and even talks down a bully into not hurting a child. Also, I love that this is like, oh, you know, it's what you expect. Like, I don't expect anything. You barely described how this show plays out. Like, I'm not you. I don't have the same expectations of freaking Happy Appy. Hurt Happy was about Happy's stick getting broken. Oh, it means like Hurt Happy is in like literally Happy is hurt, not like he's happy to hurt people. Man, I'm stupid. Okay. And the kids teaming up to help Happy Appy by giving him bandages and fruit. I don't see how that helps fix a broken stick. And also, why is the stick, like, is that actually canonically part of his body in this show? Like, it's just like, yeah, that's right. No, I'm not a puppet. This is my body. This is where the blood is stored. And bandages and fruit. You giving fruit to an apple? It's like cannibalism. Nothing seemed out of place when I first saw it. But when I saw it a second time... Why would you watch this twice? The episode looked questionably odd. But when Happy was driving his van to the beach in Happy's Vacation, a few seconds skipped. At first, I ignored it, saying that it could be a scratched DVD. But when I checked the disc, it had no scratches on it whatsoever. I mean, DVDs are just like that sometimes. They freaking suck. Also, during the fruit scene in Hurt Happy, the kids gave him an apple for whatever reason. It could have been a mistake by the producers, though. Oh, he is a cannibal. It's cool. Finally, I noticed some... Finally, I noticed some things in Hurt Happy that looked out of place. In Happy's van during the intro of Happy's vacation, there was what looked like the border of the Hope poster. One second. One second. Okay. I hate that I had to look up what that poster is, but like, why? The Hope poster. But it was so out of frame that it could have been something else. At the end of Hurt Happy, there was a news broadcast about a 9.0 or a 9.0 earthquake that recently struck Japan. Happy responded, "Oh no, if you want to help the Japanese, call this number," and a 1-800 number appeared. What? What is going on? I thought those were just coincidental. Oh, just casual kids cartoon. It's just like, oh no, the hurricane hit. If you want to help the Japanese, call this number. Like, what? Well, I was wrong. Episodes 3 and 4 were stranger. The intros of these 2 episodes were removed. But I found out that episode 4's name was Nate Needs Help. This struck me out because this was the very same episode I saw with my brother, but in English. So wait, is it? I'm confused on, like, if this person is supposed to be from Russia. I mean, I know it probably doesn't matter, but the emphasis on, and it was in English this time, just makes you wonder, like, did it, like, can you guys see where I'm confused? Like, I know it doesn't matter, but it's like, it's really distracting, and I feel like, I don't know. Episode 3 and 4 were missing a few scenes. I mean, how would you know that? And overall, more disturbing than the first 2. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. On episode 3, near the 5:10 mark, is when Happy Appy does his evil smile for 25 seconds. Alright, sorry, brief cut. I love it. I love it when creepypasta is just like, oh, he started smiling, better start, like, counting, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Like, why do you have to time it out? I mean, I guess you could look on the thing, but, like, well, who cares? A scene that could have sent chills down anybody's spine was the boo-boo part in Nate Needs Help. Bruh, the chills on my spine when the boo-boo part happens. That just makes me, tinkle every time. Happy aids Nate, who has a bruise on his knee. He looks to the camera, giving off the same evil smile that I remember from 2000, and says, what do I do? What's the Happy Appy voice? I guess just, this? Is this what it should sound like? What does Nate need for this boo-boo? For 30 seconds, he stares at the camera motionless with his soulless baby blue eyes. Sorry, the Reki keeps calling it, like, the baby blue eyes. His freaking, hot, beautiful boy band, baby blue eyes. He stared at the camera motionless with his soulless eyes locking to anyone watching. Finally, he broke the silence by saying, "That's right, a bandage." Why did he need that long to speak? I will never know. Truly the greatest mysteries of this world. Also, maybe he needed to remember. He just didn't remember, like, what the frick do you put on wounds? Also, the out-of-place objects were getting more noticeable. And Nate Needs Help, the radio plays what sounds like a country cover of Hot and Cold, which was made in 2008 and very out of place for a kids show. I don't know what Hot and Cold is. I don't know if I've heard that song, but I guarantee you, if I were to, like, look it up, I would freaking, like, I guarantee you it would be really freaking funny. February 24th, 2011. Oh my god, it's just setting in how long this creepypasta is going to be. God, I'm gonna have to really split this up. I mean, I think I'm probably just gonna do, like, 2 chapters per thing. Oh, one second, I need to charge I'm gonna plug in my computer. Or struggle to, anyway. Let's see. I watched episode 5, which... Wait, he just didn't talk about episode 3, did he? Okay. I watched episode 5, which had a few differences from the first 4 episodes. Firstly, it had Happy on a rustless, but still bent, stick. He's healing. Is he, like, taking the children's souls and, like, healing his stick? Firstly, it had Happy on a... Okay, sorry. Secondly, this episode was somewhat disturbing. Weren't the others somewhat disturbing? I thought you said they were creepy because it, like, stares into the camera and goes, like... Sorry, burp. Secondly, this episode was... Sorry, I keep reading the same thing over and over. The theme song played, and the name of the episode is revealed as Bar Mishap. Some kid's gonna, like, break his pelvis or something. It started with Happy Appy in a van driving... Oh no, he's moved on to a van now. He's gonna, like, freaking, like, abduct children or something. It started with Happy Appy in his van driving to the playground when he sees a kid crying near some monkey bars. Once he parks a van and goes to the monkey bars. Okay, that is a comma, never mind. Once he parks the monkey bars, Happy finds out that the kid had fallen off them, cutting his little finger open. Happy Appy said, "What does Jack need to heal with, kids?" He gave off his evil smile at the screen for a couple of minutes, enough time to read a page of a book, presumably the Bible, to him. What? Is that like a joke? Is that like... Okay. Like Nate needs help, his soulless baby blue eyes watched over anyone in the room like Big Brother. Big Brother illusion now. Okay, cool. I knew he was a red apple for a reason. He said, that's right! And Happy puts a bandage on Jake's finger. After getting hugged by Jake, Happy drives away in his van. It skipped to episode 6, which had a better chance of being aired on Wonder Shozen than Nick Jr. I don't know what that is. God, I wish... now I feel stupid. This has so many references. I feel like I'm really carbon dating myself here by not understanding so much of this. But, like, God. In the episode called Never Run With Knives, a kid was running with a knife facing up. The episode told you not to. Why would you do that? The knife was clearly a rubber prop because the blade was flopping around a lot. The kid got cut and held his hands over the wound, crying. As blood began to come out of the kid's wound, Happy parked his van, gave a normal smile, and said, "Hey kids, you shouldn't have carried the knife facing up while running." However, he did heal him by putting a bandage over the wound. Good to know that Happy Appy will forgive you for your sins. He won't hold it against you. He'll still help. However, okay, the kid hugged Happy, and he said, "Remember, kids, never run with knives facing up, or scissors for that matter. Always walk with knives and scissors facing down." Happy took the kids to his van. Oh, okay, of course he did. Drives off, and the credits played. He's like, "Hey kids, I got some bandages. Y'all want some bandages? I put some Neosporin. Just get in the car." However, after the credits roll, the episode takes a very disturbing turn when Happy comes back in his van, the kid missing, and says, "Hey kids, if you find me in my van, just talk to me and I'll take you away. Haha." Oh. Episode 7 began with Happy on the playground, but he wasn't playing with the kids or helping them. He was just staring at them with that unsettling smile I hate so much. This guy really hates like a freaking clay apple from a children's show. A group of kids are playing with jump ropes when Happy walks over to them. He calmly tells them something, but I could barely hear what he said. From what I heard, I can only make out, "Hello, Happy, me, please?" I could see where this was going as the kids walked with Happy to the bushes of the playground. Loud, violent screams are heard for almost a minute and a half until Happy begins to begins to drag 3 bloody bodies to his van. I couldn't believe it. Oh, there's the only photo I could find of Happy's death smile. It's the image that's been bouncing around, just with, like, teeth. You know, really, really scary. You know, I didn't think it would, like, ramp up so quickly to just, like, subtle, like, taking his kids in his van and they disappear to just, like, I'm gonna kill 3 children in a bush. For the rest of the episode, he does that darn death smile. Why did they use that look so much? I was gonna say, I feel like a better question is why did they make him brutalize 3 children? In, like, a shrug. I feel like that's the better question than why he has creepy teeth. It was almost like he could climb out of your TV, grab you, and murder you slowly and painfully with a rusty knife. I mean, you know, but he tells us to be safe with knives, so, you know, I don't think he'd do that. But he couldn't. Okay. I mean, yeah, hopefully. This story's gonna get, like, really cliche. I moved on to episode 8 and 9. This time, the episodes were so violent and shoddy that they couldn't have aired on Noggin at all. What do you mean? Like, are you saying the other ones could have been aired on Noggin? I don't think that's even a possibility. Like, what? Okay, 1 second. Where was I? Episode 8 had Happy Appy take a kid into his van. For half of the episode, flesh cutting could be heard, and so could loud screaming, which turned into gurgles. As the scene progressed, bloody splatters on the window began to appear. Eventually, Happy emerged from the van and did a death smile. And it's like the friggin' equivalent in, like, the Luigi death stare. We've got the Happy Appy death smile. Like episode 8 and 9... Okay, no, wait, I missed a part. Eventually, Happy emerged from the van, and... Wait a minute! Is Happy Appy his full name? Okay, I just realized his name was Happy, not Appy, so is Appy his last name? Is it saying that he's a happy apple? I'm losing my mind. Emerged from the van and did a death smile until the end of the show. Like episode 8 and 9, episode 9 was gory and violent, but this episode was so coincidental, and describing an entire episode of a show as coincidental is very weird, and violent, that I couldn't believe Noggin would even allow it unless it was some sort of hijacking. Well, they didn't allow it. They didn't play the show. You can't hijack an entire episode into being. It started out with Happy Appy walking around the playground when 2 kids asked him what the cycle of life is, so that they could complete their homework. He proceeds to tell the kids about the cycle of life and frogs and plants. The kid said, "Thanks, Happy, but can you play with us for a bit?" Happy agrees, and they start playing on the playground. When this happens, smoke starts to creep behind Happy and the children. It gets to a point where they start coughing because of how dense the smoke is, so they turn around to see what was making the smoke. Happy gasps at the sight in front of them. Here we go. 2 towers were on fire and were burning up. A few people were falling out of windows to escape the fire. There was a lot of screaming, falling debris, and a crashed airplane in one of the towers. Only the tail of the plane was visible, which was near the point of collapse. I could hear a faint whining noise at this point, and I think that it was the plane's engine, which was probably still on. Okay, before I go, can I just say, I like it says Happy gasps, like not, I thought that he was gonna, like, somehow cause 9/11, but I like, he's not even, even he is caught off guard. And I don't know why that... I mean, it's a horrible, horrible event, but something about that is so just like he murders kids. And he's like, but even I couldn't have anticipated this. Okay. 7 seconds later, the tail of the plane finally broke apart, with the largest piece of the tail hitting and killing someone. During the scene, fire trucks could be heard trying to douse out the flames, but it only slows the flames down. The wailing of ambulances could also be heard, taking away the bodies of the people who jumped from the towers. It showed a weird guy on fire falling out of one of the towers screaming. Why was he weird? Are you gonna get an explanation? God, I'm so close to being done with this probably. At least for tonight. You know, obviously I'm gonna keep doing this, but Happy and the kids are seen again, but this time they stood still in fear. The smoke kept getting thicker and thicker. Like a bowl of oatmeal. Slowly obscuring the trees and equipment of the playground. The debris from the tower fell around the kids and Happy. And a person ran up to them and told them to run away from the towers before running off. When the older kid worriedly said, "Happy, Happy, why are the towers on fire?" It cut to a higher up floor that was near where the plane crashed, which revealed a child that was under a huge piece of concrete crying for help. God, this is like, I thought it was just going to be like a quick, like, insensitive nod. I didn't think it was going to go this much in detail. My God. Some other kids tried to help him by lifting the pieces of concrete off him. He was screaming so loud it was almost heartbreaking. Man, this guy needs to be a little more invested in Happy Appy. Like, it gets like almost heartbreaking. It's like, I don't know if I really care. There were bodies and blood everywhere, and the pain and fear on the trapped kid's face was so realistic, I cringed. It's like, ew, gross, fear. After the shot with the kids trapped under the concrete, the younger kid turns to the side, say... The younger kid turns to the side, say... Okay, it is just broken English. "Happy Appy, why are people running from and falling from the towers?" Happy Appy turns to the camera, death smile on his face, and very coldly says 3 words. Those 3 words will haunt me as long as I reach this show. "That's natural, children." He took the 2 kids away from the towers, leaving the kid stuck under concrete screaming for help. When the credits roll, the audio of the scene keeps playing, and at the end, before the video cuts out, something collapses, making a very loud noise that could scare anyone watching. I jumped out of my seat. Happy Appy, a death bringer in the form of an apple? Or was he a master predictor? I feel the need to reread this, because this crap, these stupid lines are what I was really hoping I'd see. Was Happy Appy a death bringer in the form of an apple, or was he a master predictor? If that episode somehow predicted 9/11, I have to watch episode 10 and 11 to see if there was anything else predicted. I might not see any predictions, though, and honestly, I hope not. Oh, and you want to know what happened when someone calls the tsunami aid phone number? Tomorrow I'm going to call it. Okay. Well, that's all for this episode in terms of reading. Let me take a second to reflect. This is stupid. I'm trying to think, can I offer any constructive criticism? I will say, compared to the crap that I've read in terms of creepypastas, this actually had really good grammar. Like, there were very few moments where I was like, oh, this is weird. I've read Sonic.exe Act 2, or Round 2, which, like, it doesn't even know how to spell the word really. But yeah, Happy Appy, ladies and gentlemen. This is just the beginning, apparently. So, buckle your hats and fasten your pants. Oh my... I'm just gonna end off now. This isn't getting any better than that.